What's up? Hey, this is the very interesting podcast, episode 7, with your host, MyGod. I apologize in advance, I might be coughing throughout the podcast. I've had a cough for probably 3 months now, probably lung cancer, according to like websites like WebMD, where if you put in a symptom, it'll tell you have cancer and you should see a healthcare professional immediately. So maybe it's just dust mites. I think I have an allergy, and yeah, there might be some dust mites in my pillow, which in itself, doesn't sound so good. But if you look at it from the standpoint of the dust mites, imagine, let's say you are sitting in that pillow and it's daytime, it's bright and cold, and there's nothing to eat. And then at night, that face comes, that warm, moist, greasy face, and it pushes up right against you. And oh man, it's just the best. You start eating. That's amazing, man. There's someone is hammering against the wall right next to my ear here. So that dust mite then starts eating my skin flakes, and then the best happens. That face thing takes a breath and pulls you right out of the pillow into the lungs and right into the even warmer, even moister lung tissue. And that's where you stay for a while, because that's good stuff. Okay, this hammering is not fun, so normally I would just pause. It's just that I cannot pause because the app I'm using is free and it has a pause button, but when you push it, it tells you have to buy it for 99 cents. And you gotta draw the line somewhere. Now it's good. It's all good now. Don't worry. So, thanks for going online. That's kind of old school. Nobody really says that anymore, huh? Going online. I remember in the early 90s, you would actually have to unplug your phone and plug it into the computer and then dial and wait a moment, and then you actually it's something you did. You went online and then you would surf the internet. You would surf it. It's exciting, like surfing. Looking at a page and reading stuff. And sometimes there would be a picture that would take a minute to load. And then you would want to search for something, and you would think about, you wouldn't say, should I Google it? You'd say, should I use Alta Vista or should I use Lycos? Or should I even use AOL? America Online. Wow. Man, those were the days. And now you have Google and you're Googling everything. Sometimes just to make a point for myself, I use Bing and then I immediately go back to Google. Also, I do the same with Yahoo sometimes. Yahoo used to be one of the big players. How did they mess up that badly? I don't get it. Wow, man, what a fuck up. That deserves being called a fuck up. Probably the fuck up of the decade. Last decade, 2 decades ago. I prepared something. I have a piece of paper here and I wrote down, do you use the right or the left? And now I don't remember what that was all about. So if just leave me leave a comment and tell me about that. Do you use the right or the left? Somebody has earned himself a title. It's going to be either Lord or Doctor. So I'm not going to say who. I'm only going to say his name is Lem. So now he knows. So please let me know if you want to be a lord or a doctor, and then I'll make it official in episode 8. All right. Let's talk about Catalonia. If you haven't heard of it, it's a part of Spain that wants to be a separate country now. They want to separate from Spain. So here's the deal. If you don't understand, let me explain it like this. Let's say you have an island, like a small island, and you have 100 people on it. And then some people like it better at the beach, and some people like it better up in the mountains. So they split. 50 people go, no, 20 people go into the mountains, 80 people stay at the beach. And so then the people at the beach, it's warm and it's comfy, and they just sit around mostly, and sometimes they'll catch some fish. Like all you have to do is go in the water, and you can literally just grab them and sit around the fire and eat them, and then sleep, and then next day wake up, sleep some more, wake, and then finally get up, but also take a 3-hour siesta in the middle of the day from all the not working. So those are the 80 guys at the beach, and then there are 20 people in the mountains, and it's a bit colder there, windy, no food easily available. So you've got to work your ass off to survive. And that's what they do. And they get really good at it because they figure out all these tricks. Like they grow stuff and they build tools and that. And and then sometimes they bring those guys at the beach, they bring some of the yummy food that they grew and some of the tools. And then eventually the guys at the beach, they just say, dude, we are a team here, okay? So you guys bring us all the stuff you're growing and all the tools. So that's it. That's how it works right now with the beach was Andalusia, and the mountain people were the Catalonians. That was a pretty stupid example, but it kind of gets the point across a little bit, I think. And I don't want to blame anyone. When you live in a nice climate and it's almost always warm and sunny, yeah, you just don't have to worry so much. You don't have to think so much. You just relax, and you get really good at relaxing and partying and enjoying life and talking. You get very good at talking for a long time and saying the same thing over and over again, and within just 10 minutes you'll say the same thing 3 times. That's what you get good at. And again, don't get me wrong, I'm not criticizing this. That's just how it goes. And then people, let's say, a little more extreme, people in Finland. Oh, how shitty living in Finland. You are stuck in a house most of the time, or back in the days in a cave. You better figure out how to do some stuff and how to come up with technology and tricks to make it survive. And yep, there's that. Oh, and then there's definitely more to it. The thing with Catalonia is there is also I think some people are proud to be Catalonian, and then there are other people who are proud to be whatever, Germans, or proud to be Swedish or whatever. Which I have a hard time understanding, because really, what do you do? Okay, let's just say to be American. What do you do to become an American? Okay, some people actually do some difficult, but the majority comes out of a vagina, and here's your passport, and then you're proud of that. I came out, well, you were not the one. It's not like you made your way out of the vagina. You were pushed. Your mother did that, mostly. Sometimes some doctor pulls a bit. And then your dad put half of you in there. So he also did something, but not very much. well, he had to somehow figure out a way to do this legally, and you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you so and then, oh, I'm proud to be American. I'm proud to be German. I'm so proud to be German. I because I was born into the. I really I'm probably missing something, but to me that's pretty ridiculous. Um, yeah, so that's part of that. That doesn't really explain anything then. So that's the situation there. We'll see what happens. Um, we'll see what happens. So, as usual, not very well prepared here. Oh, so there are still cockroaches here in my office, or at least sometimes they'll come by. You know how I can tell? It's because it smells like cockroach feces. Sometimes more, sometimes less. But I'm pretty sure it's oh no! Somebody's starting to use a power tool now. Alright, we can make it through this. Be strong. So with the cockroaches now, I built another trap. It's trap sounds kind of harsh, even though it is, but it's more like a cockroach buffet, because so you take the best duct tape you can find and turn it around, put the stick set up and build a square, and then in the middle you put yummy foods, yummy cockroach foods. So I put some cheese, some cereal, some bread, some green tea. They're probably not actually eating the green tea, but it's psychological. I like green tea, so that's why I put it there. That cockroach buffet probably by tomorrow is also gonna have cockroach on the menu, because they get stuck on the duct tape when they want to go to the food, or sometimes they somehow make it across, but on the way back when they're full with food they get stuck. They're too heavy, so then they get stuck there. And you know how it is with cockroaches. They cannot pass on a cockroach offer. Like my example last episode where they were a cockroach eats a cockroach and then turns out to look like his mother a lot. I wonder if that would actually work for humans too. If there were aliens and they would it's kind of hard to compare that, but let's just say some big aliens. They're about 50 meters tall, and they live in an area, and then, humans, they have long ago sort of gotten rid of most of the humans because they just seemed stupid to them because they were compared to the aliens. But then some humans survived, but they have a hard time finding food. And so there's this big office that's about 100 meters tall, and in a corner there's some humans, and they are living under this sock that somebody left there. It's like an old, dirty, sweaty sock, but at least it keeps them warm and sort of protected. And then at night, when it's dark and the aliens are not there, the humans walk around and they eat the leftovers from what the aliens are eating, and the crumbs the aliens are dropping from whatever they're eating. But then one day the alien builds a duct tape trap, and in the middle of it is like an apple pie, and probably like a Kinder egg. And the humans are so desperate because all they eat is this crap that they don't even really know what it is that the aliens eat, that they eat the crumbs of. So they don't even care. They just say, hey, if we can just get across this, whatever that is, that sticky stuff, we'll just run really quickly and then we'll eat that apple pie and that Kinder egg, Kinder Überraschung. So they run and bam, they get stuck. The first guy gets stuck, and then the second guy is a hero, and he goes and wants to save the other guy and then gets stuck too, and then they're all heroes and they try to save each other, and then they all get stuck on the duct tape, and they get stuck more and more, and then and then they get stuck and get even more hungry, and one of them can still move his head around, and he starts just nibbling on the guy next to him on his toe. First just a toenail, and then later a little more. You know that thing, that guy he got stuck when he was hiking in Utah, and he got his arm stuck between two rocks. He went hiking for an adventure, and he really did get an adventure out of that, because he had to cut off his own arm after a few days. So that's how I picture that whole human buffet, which is actually a human trap. I was just in the sauna, and I was the only one there. And right in front of the sauna is a little pool with massage, these things that spray water underwater, and then it's supposed to be like a massage. And it's a relaxing place. It's a spa. It actually says spa over it. And so I was sitting there, and about 3 meters in front of me was this couple, and they were the only other ones there in that water, and they were yelling at each other. They were having an argument about something, and they yelled for at least 10 minutes at each other. And that upset me. And here's the thing though, the yelling didn't upset me. Maybe you know how this goes. Or maybe I'm just really weird. Maybe I not only have lung cancer, but also some kind of brain cancer. But I got mad because they broke the unwritten rule of silence and of a relaxed atmosphere. And the fact that they were arguing, I thought was funny. It was amusing, and it was just as amusing as I was mad about that rule breaking. So that canceled each other out. So I didn't really feel anything. But isn't that weird? What a place to have an argument too, though. When I left there, there's this car that I see again and again. It's a old BMW it's matte black. Sounds cool, huh? A matte black car. But it was spray painted, so it's not that cool. It's a lot less cool. It's almost the opposite of cool in that case. And it has a sticker on it that says lowrider. The thing is, it's not a lowrider, it's a high rider. It's a regular rider. And I'm wondering if the guy who put the sticker on there actually knew what lowrider meant. Probably not. He probably just thought it's a cool thing, cool sticker. He also has a monster sticker, of course. You know the 3 green stripes? Like a lot of people have on their mopeds, motorbikes, hats, t-shirts. So they are supporting a company that makes a sugary drink with caffeine. They love that stuff so much that they are putting a sticker on their car, even though I don't know what that means. Then, like, if you love something so much, why do you put a sticker of that? To tell other people, I guess, to share your love, the experience that you're having, to let people know I love it so much. Or maybe it's just it's probably more like, with Nike. I remember, of course I fell for that too. I was a kid, and somehow Nike managed to make itself into a cool brand. And so you felt cool if you had a Nike logo on your shoe that was made in the same factory as Reebok and Nico Special. Only very few people are going to know what that is, the Nico Special. But so it's that feeling that some marketing people said, hey, we're going to give this brand this kind of flavor. And they do. And then people go for it, and people voluntarily put those stickers all over the place. Or, well, it could also be I think some people like to show brands on their clothing to indicate that they have enough money to afford that brand. Let's say Lacoste, or what are the other more expensive t-shirts? Yeah, that one with the tattoo thingy style. That's kind of out of style now. Or here you see a lot of people with big numbers on their shirt, or something that says polo. Just polo, or even, yeah, that's a good one. When they have Maserati or Ferrari or Lamborghini on their shirts. It's what it is a symbol for. It's a different way of just saying, they might as well print on there, I I got money, or I'm rich. I'm rich. It's such an indirect way, and I think a lot of people are not even aware of what they're doing, that's what they're trying to do, is to show they're rich, they have money, plenty of money. So what I would like to do is make a certification, like a business that certifies that you're rich. You go there and you have to prove you have so much money. And there are two different ways you could do this. You could just say anyone who has more than 2 million, let's make it 3 million. Anyone who has more than 3 million euros is considered rich, and you get a certificate for that. And you get clothing that says rich on it, rich. And it also has to be sort of copy proof, like, what do you call that? Protected, like money. So you cannot just copy it. So you probably it's going to be, say, rich, and then it's going to have some holograph inside that logo so that this is an authentic rich thing. And also, just to make sure you don't give the shirt to someone else, it's going to have your face on it too. And that way, the people who look at you, because normally they would look at, oh, that guy has a Rolex and he has a shirt with a number and it says Polo on it, and then he also has a hat that says Maserati on it. He's probably rich, but he could be faking it. But now you have that shirt, that certified rich shirt, and people see it and they know this guy is rich. He has at least 3 million. And then if you have gold diggers, and I'm not just saying like either gender gold diggers, because of course we're gonna have rich women shirts too. So the gold diggers know, oh look, that person that's rich. That's the one I'm gonna dig for. That's the one I'm gonna go and talk to, and be like a higher level whore, which is cool. No problem. Don't want to judge that. Don't want to judge prostitution right now. Oh, here's the thing. If you go get a massage, I got a massage once in Thailand. I was in Thailand and only got one massage. And I was there for quite a while. And it was this you pay $10 and then you get the whole spiel. For about an hour they wash your feet, they make you tea, and then they start the main massage, and they massage everything except for there's a a no-go zone, and that is, let me think, it's for sure the penis, the balls, the butthole, what's the thing in between the dam, and I guess the whole butt crack is the no-go zone. And what else is there? They don't really massage your armpits, I guess, but I think that's only because there's nothing to massage really. Your lymph nodes don't really want to be massaged, I don't think. Well, of course, no, they don't. Body cavities are not massaged. The inside of the ear, the inside of the mouth, the lips they don't massage, and also not the inside of your nose and your eyes. But pretty much everything else. So, okay, some of those parts I understand because really you don't want to. I don't even know if there is a benefit to massage aside from it feeling good. I don't know if it's scientifically proven that it has any advantage, but it certainly doesn't help anything, doesn't make anything better if you massage the inside of someone's mouth. Or, you know what? It probably does. I think massaging the gums would be good. Why don't they massage the gums? Um, but okay, the inside of the ears. Pretty sure that's not good. So I understand that. But why not the butthole? Why not the butt crack, balls, and penis? And the equivalents in a woman's case. It is, those are no-go zones. No-go. Um, at least now they are. In the past, it was probably at some point when people started massaging each other professionally, they probably said, okay, it's alright to massage the back. And then later they said, oh, we can do the shoulders too, we can do the neck. But not not the legs. The legs are, back in the days when people were covering their legs, it was like, oh, you can see her ankle, oh. And so back then they probably were not massaging the ankle. But these days, almost anything's okay. And I'm sure that in the future that's gonna just progress, where people will eventually walk around naked. Um, it must happen, and then they're also going to include that those parts that are currently mostly covered in public, they are going to be massaged too. And then we're going to think back and think about it the same way that I just thought about ankles. Like, why would you not want to see someone's ankles or knees? Like, what's the deal with that? But back in the days, they thought this is too sexy. You cannot look at it. You cannot massage it. So sure, in probably 50 years, they're gonna look back and say, oh, you cannot massage the penis. And maybe I'll still do this podcast in 50 years. And I'm gonna say, how funny that was. They were not massaging the penis in a regular massage. And they were not even doing the balls. And not the butthole. No butthole massage. It's the best part. It's the most relaxing. Um, talking about touching and stuff, I have an issue with different kinds of greetings because I've lived in a few countries now and greetings vary. In Germany, for example, a lot of people shake hands. They shake a lot of hands. If you sit in an office, you are there first in the morning and you have 20 other people with you, they're going to come in. The second guy's going to come in, he's going to shake your hand. Third guy's going to come in, shake your hand, shake the second guy's hand. Fourth guy's going to come in, shake your hand, shake second guy's hand, shake third guy's hand. And so there's a lot of handshaking. What is that, 20? 400? Something like 200. Oh man, I'm so bad at math, but it's probably at least more than 10. Let's just say, should it be 20 times 20? I think so. Roughly 400 handshakes going on. And then in the States, they don't really do that so much. It's when you meet someone for the first time, you say, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. And you shake hands. In Spain, you do the handshake sometimes, and then also you do a lot of the kissing, but only female to female and male to female. Not so much male to male, except probably gay people. So there's that. And now you gotta figure out, when you're in an area like here, southern Spain, there's so many foreigners, what kind of greeting are they gonna do with you? What do they expect? What do they hope for? What do they try to avoid? It's a bit of a science. So I have decided for myself I do nothing and just kind of wait. And if I can see someone leaning in for a kiss, okay, let's do a kiss. Um, and then yeah, and then you know if that person washed their hair that morning or not, or if it smells sweaty. No, it's usually not. It's usually you don't even touch sometimes. You just kind of go head with 5 centimeters distance in between, and then you kind of make a. I think I see. I've been here so long, and I don't even know. I think you make a smoochy kind of sound, but not full on. Or maybe you just pucker the lips a little bit, so it looks like a symbolic kiss, but not a real kiss. And then you do the other side, and then sometimes you bang your heads against each other while you do that, and it hurts both, but nobody says anything because. And then yeah, so the main reason for this podcast is to make the world a better place. Let's do this. Let's just do high fives instead, or maybe let's try fist bumps. We'll just do fist. Everybody in the whole world do fist bumps from now on. No more hugging, kissing, high five, handshaking, not knowing what to do. No more nothing. It's always gonna be the fist bump, all right? Because then if you just bump it quickly but gently, also you don't pass on so many viruses, so people are going to be not sick so much, and we're going to waste less time, and people don't have to think about how they're going to greet someone else. It's always a fist bump from now on. Let's do that. It's like the guys on the street, man. People on the street, they do it. The street taught me. Dude, the street taught me. You know that phrase, right? What is that? What did the street teach you? Street knowledge. What is that street knowledge? Is it because, let's say you are on the street. Why are you even on this? Okay, let's say you are on the street. A lot of times, meaning you are outside, like you're an outdoorsy person, but in a city. So you are out there, and most of the time, probably stand around. What do you learn from that standing around? How much do you learn being out there versus being inside, let's say, a university building with some smart, educated guy talking the whole time? Man, I don't even know where I was going to take this, but leave a comment and tell me what you learned on the street. I've never been much of a street person. I can see the appeal though. There might be an adventure if you're in a interesting area. If you stand on the street here, like not on but next to, on the sidewalk like this, it's not really the street that teaches you, because the street is where the cars drive, right? So if you are the street never read, it's the sidewalk that taught you. Sidewalk knowledge. That's what it is. So if you stand on the sidewalk here, you'll probably get a sunburn, and that's about it. You see a lot of people that you know and do a lot of symbolic cheek kissing, bang your head against each other, or the jawbone, upper cheekbone area. Oh man, that hurts when you bang that against another person's cheekbones, that upper part there. Ay, ay, ay. Have you seen by any chance there was a documentary about a guy that he liked it when he liked drinking other people's urine, and ideally fresh, ideally straight from the source into the mouth. He was into that, so he built it. This is going to be a little bit gross, so if you don't want to hear it, just forward 3 minutes. But don't quit, because it's going to be super interesting later. So he would go to rest stops and he built a contraption at a rest stop behind a urinal where the hose of the urinal would go straight into his mouth. And so then if someone came in, he would just open his mouth right with that pipe, and then the person would pee into the urinal straight into his mouth. Um, so, why did I? Oh, yeah. So, what I was gonna say is if you want to avoid peeing into someone's mouth, although it doesn't really matter. If you don't know he does, it doesn't matter. But check the urinal, like take a look into that hole you're peeing into. Make sure there's no mouth behind the urinal. Um, which, if you have good eyesight, you can probably see it. But if you're colorblind, though, you can probably. Yeah, because really, if you just look through a pipe and there's the inside of a mouth behind it, are you even going to recognize that as what it is? Or do you think it's part of the pipe that's kind of has some stuff stuck in it? Has like a chicken stuck in it? Um, because, yeah, the inside of a mouth, the other day I had a little, I don't know what it was, some cyst in my mouth. So I looked up online insides of mouth and oh man, oh, don't do it. Also, don't Google. There are a lot of things you shouldn't Google. There's almost nothing you should Google picture search because there's always something crazy hidden inside. So, funny thing, I was just talking to a friend who is actually colorblind, and I told him he should use these new glasses that make you see the colors. I think they somehow do that. And then I thought, because I have a problem too. I'm not classically colorblind, not red green, but I have an issue with blue. I see more blue than there is. So one time I bought a truck, a really good deal, but it had blue interior, light blue, and that's why I got it so cheap, because nobody wanted to buy that everything light blue inside. So this was in San Diego, and um, I went to, what's the part there near the border south of San Diego. There's a huge used, what do you call them? Ah, man, car recycling lots, those kind of things. Tons of them, tons of different ones, and everyone's Mexican. The official language there is Spanish. They all speak Spanish, and you can get stuff done really cheaply. I had I had a Subaru, and I had the windshield cracked, and they replaced the windshield, the glass and the labor within like an hour for $99. I had a quote for the same thing. I mean, not the same thing, but for a piece of glass installed in Canada, $1,399. Okay, maybe that was China glass. Cheaper glass or something, but it worked. It was glass. I could look through it, and bugs that flew against the window didn't break the glass. All right, so I went there and I found a trash truck, same style and everything, with interior that was not blue, but it was gray. So I had them swap it, not re-swap, but take it out of the broken truck, take out all the stuff out of my truck, and put the new stuff in there. Took about 4 hours. Didn't cost very much, but still, I think probably $300 or something. Imagine the whole thing, the whole interior, the seats too, and steering wheel and all that. Turns out that thing that I thought was blue was not blue. That interior was not blue, it was gray. And I didn't know at the time that I had this issue. So, yeah, I see blue when there's gray. In certain grays, I see blue. Alright, that was a bit boring, but... Da, 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 da. You know how it is in Spain here when you go to I just want you to know this in case you're thinking of moving to Spain. How likely is that? But if you go to a public government place and you need to do paperwork, they will tell you, we need this from you. Like we need your passport. So you go home, and then a few days later you have an appointment, you go there with the passport, and he says, oh yeah, and we need also the NIE number, your NIE thingy, it's a paper. Alright, so you make another appointment, you go back, and then they say, oh, thank you for this. We need the certificate of certification of approvals of the certificate. So you come back with that, and on it goes. They do not tell you. I think it's a rule that they cannot. Even in stores, they don't tell you all the things you need to bring. They'll tell you one thing, and then next time another thing, and another thing, and you have to come back at least 3 times. And this is funny because 5 years ago, right as we moved here, a friend of mine who had been here for a long time, he told me just that. He said, if you want to get anything done here, you gotta go there 3 times, at least. And I thought he was joking. He was not joking. This is happening. And you can ask them. You can ask them beforehand, hey, what else do I need? Oh no, only the passport. That's how it goes. I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna have some low-fat food. The low-fat food thing. That was something, huh? When I went to the States for an exchange in the early 90s, the low-fat thing was the big thing. Everything was low-fat. Low-fat yogurt, low-fat cheese, low-fat this, that. And everybody was fat. Not everybody, but a lot of people were very fat. You know how that is? The nicer word is obese, I know, but it doesn't matter, it's the same thing. Why say obese when you mean fat? Why say fat when you mean... Actually, okay, people who are really obese, they deserve to be called... No, they don't. But I think if you say obese, most people's heads, they see someone who's overweight. When you say fat, they see someone who's very overweight. So that's what I'm talking about. So now I'm asking you, how did they not figure this out? Did they not see this is not working? When you have half the population, you have the country that has the most low-fat food, and you have the most people that are huge. I went there the first day in San Francisco. I ordered a salad. I thought, cool, I'm gonna have a salad. It was ice cream with fruit on it. Mostly ice cream, and it was so big. This was the smallest serving. I couldn't finish it. So much ice cream. That was my salad. Oh yeah, here. That, I don't know why, but that brings me to New Age. You know New Age products? There are some New Age products that help you lose weight and whatnot. Crystals. So listen to this. Eternal stillness is inherent in a symbolic representation of bliss. Let me say that again. Eternal stillness is inherent in a symbolic representation of bliss. Right? Let that sink in. What do you think? This is from, I'll give you another one. A formless void unfolds into karmic sexual energy. Okay, this is from a New Age wisdom generator. It's too funny. I'm gonna click on another one here. These ones I haven't seen yet. The secret of the universe is the foundation of an expression of mortality. One more. True faith illuminates the progressive expansion of choices. I love this thing. Check it out, it's called wisdomofchopra.com. I'm sorry, I gotta do another one. Culture is only possible in boundless human observation. They really sound like they might make sense, and then And I knew it was a random generator, but I tried to make sense of it, and I just can't. But they still sound good. I'm gonna make an energy bar and put those quotes on there, see if that works. Next door here is I talked about this before, but there's like a beauty salon or salon, I think, beauty place for shaving Brazilian waxes and whatnot. So when you're standing at the other wall and you're repairing something, then within probably 2 meters from you, someone is probably getting at some point a Brazilian waxing. We're back to the no-go zones. And I'm pretty sure, and again, we've had this topic before, but they probably do anal bleach. It just cracks me up so much. They do anal bleaching, which is weird right now. When you hear this, weird, huh? But, again, back in the days, shaving your legs was weird. As far as I know, 50, 60 years ago, nobody was shaving their legs. Not even the cyclists. Not the women. And then they started doing it. And they probably thought, how weird. Why is she doing that? Because it looks better. Because it looks more like, like what? Like a child, actually. Same with private parts shaving. Why do you shave the vagina? Oh, okay. Doesn't really matter why, but people do it. It's pretty common these days, right? So, what if anal bleaching becomes that normal? Probably will. And then you go and then you say, I want to get a Brazilian and an anal bleaching, please. Okay. And they have these signs outside where it tells you, leg waxing 20 euros, Brazilian 25. And then it'll be on the menu. It'll say anal bleaching, 35 euros. And then you have a white butthole for 35 euros. Gosh, there's so much bullshit in this one. I wish I could edit this, but 99 cents is 99 cents. So guys, I want to thank you and wish you all the best. Don't eat meat, or eat less at least, okay? Let's do this. Let's do it. Later.